Yo, welcome back to the Sunday live stream. Welcome back to the Sunday live show. Make sure you guys like this video before we even get started. There's a lot of good information that we will be talking about. And you guys know this is the most accurate live show that's been produced. You can look back at the previous videos that we had, and they've been accurate. Like, you can look at individual stocks, there's timestamps, everything, and they've been very accurate. We've been making a whole lot of money this year, and we just plan on continuing it. You know, we plan on continuing to do that. And if you're paying attention right now, you will have a very good Christmas. If you just listen right now, you're still early. It's still very early, very early. The only thing now is that people actually know we're in a bull market. You know, back when we were talking about it, December, January, February, March, nobody really knew we were in a bull market. So you could have just front ran everybody. But there's still stocks that can be front run. There's still so many great opportunities, and we will be finding them today. We will be finding them today. Today! That's what we will be doing. So make sure you're tuned in, paying attention, and you guys know how these live streams go, man. You guys know how these live streams go. Somebody said, what about SOFI? We'll look at SOFI, don't worry. We will look at SOFI. Let's just let the live stream cook up a little bit. If you're asking about stocks right now, there's really, you guys know I'm not gonna look at your stocks right now. But I see SOFI, I see Microsoft. I do want to look at SOFI. I definitely want to look at SOFI because, we know what's going to happen with SOFI. We know. Let's just make sure we get a good entry, etc. But we kind of already know what's going to happen. But welcome to the greatest live show, most accurate. Wow. You guys know how these shows go. So let's just get started on the Qs, Let's see what the Qs is up to. Let's see what SPY is up to. And then we'll move on, okay? So you guys know we had that FOMC dump. We had the FOMC dump, and then we had the FOMC pump, and then we had the dump. It was just back and forth, ping pong. So we're still at the same spot right there. So I would definitely want to see us push up out of this resistance that we have, out of the supply. I do think it happens, but we just got to see. And we know the market is going to go to all-time highs. We know the Qs is going to continue to march upwards. We know a lot of this stuff is going to happen, okay? We've been predicting this all year, and now our only job is to just find good entries on good stocks that we know are going to squeeze or go up and buy some long-term contracts. That's the only thing we got to do, and we've been doing a pretty good job of it so far. So let's just continue. So for the Qs, you guys remember what I said? It's just in this channel. There's no reason to want to be short on it. There's no reason to think we're going, we're in a new bear market. There's no reason. We're in a bull market. The only thing you got to do is make sure you're picking good entries. And to me, this looks like it's going to retest the top. And is that all-time highs? Not quite. All-time highs, around 400. But the top of this channel is to 400 or to 393, and that is where I'm anticipating the Qs to go. I think we get the retest of the top of the channel, and we'll see if we get a breakout. Okay, that's the only thing. Do we get a breakout? Who knows? I would not be going short. Remember, I came live on Thursday. I went live on Thursday or Wednesday. And I said, do not go short. Do not go short, specifically for SPY, until you can break below 451. Once we get below 451, then it's like, all right, short, because we'll probably get back down, 448, But 451 is really the level you want to be paying attention to. Right now, you have the S&P 500 or SPY breaking out of the channel that you have right here. It even retested. So to me, SPY looks like it's still ready. As weird as it sounds, it looks like it's ready to continue to go to all-time highs and to inch towards the $500 price target that we have. We might even have to up that to 550. Okay, back when SPY was 400, we was getting called crazy. We were getting called crazy. We were getting called, we don't know what we're talking about. And now you see it playing out just in front of your eyes. We literally have videos. I'm glad I documented this entire process, this entire journey, because people would come in here and think I was lying, bro. We was over here saying bullish right here, and SPY 500 right here, SPY 500 right here. But now we have ears. Now there's actually people listening because goddamn, We've been right. WAM has just been cooking. We've been correct more than we've been wrong. But yeah, I think SPY is going to continue to the upside. I definitely will be careful shorting it, as always. You shouldn't be too confident shorting. We even have the put and call. The put and calls kind of resetting. You see this rocketing up here. When it's this low, that means a lot of people are in calls, and now you kind of have it rising. That means more people are getting the puts, etc. And you have it, currently sitting at this level. I don't really like watching this as much because, bull markets just get insane and, it's just irrational. And there's really no reason to really be looking at this. This was really, back in December, January, February, March, we used it a lot. But still sitting in extreme greed, which is not surprising. This is what I'm saying. You shouldn't really. This is like using the RSI. This is like using the RSI on a stock like NVDA. Okay, that's basically what this is. What this is like. So to pay attention to this, I wouldn't. We've been sitting in extreme greed, and we're in a bull market. Okay, no point of really looking at that. But yeah, I think SPY still looks good, and the Qs looks good. The Dow Jones, obviously, like we've been talking about for some time, has broken out and reached this measure move like we talked about. And some people came in here and doubted, and some people believed and ended up making a whole lot of money. So the Dow Jones has broken out of where we talked about it, where we knew it was going to break out, reach this measure move. I do think it's going to continue to march upwards. When you've had a year-long consolidation, it's not going to stop right here, okay? So be looking for any pullback. Be looking for any pullback on the Dow Jones because this thing will continue to go to all-time highs, all right? But anyways, let's move on to individual stocks, a lot of you guys' favorite part. If you've been saying anything, Johnny, this is my live stream. I can kind of do what I want respectfully. Might have to mute you. I might have to just kick you out of here for that, bro. We got people mad. Look, man, if you didn't catch it when we were talking about it, and you came in here doubting, and now you want to get some advice. Now you don't want me to talk about it. Like, nah, that's not what we about to do. That's not what we about to do. Because when I was talking in here, giving you my opinion, you was coming in here saying, nah, you're not correct, etc. So I'm gonna do what I want. It's my live stream, and might have to just boot you up out of here. But anyways, let's look and see what we got. History repeats itself. S&P will always go up. Not with the time. Kick them. Yeah, they're asking to kick you, bro. I'm going to give you a second chance, though. Let's look at SOFI because we did say we were going to look at SOFI firstly. So let's look at SOFI. That will be the first stock we look at. You guys know I love SOFI. SOFI is one of the stocks that you kind of just want to get equity on. Now the option play is obviously always there. But with SOFI, it's such a small market cap, and it's such a platform that is innovating as well. Like they have crypto, like you can sit in there and buy crypto. You can get loans in there. There's a whole lot you can do with SOFI. So I just think it's a good stock to just own. But if you're looking for an options contract, if you're looking for where to go, it broke out of its pennant that it had right here, and it's currently just consolidating. So we knew it was gonna break out from right here. We drew these lines a while ago, back when it was over here at $7. And what you have is literally a year-long consolidation period. So the more times a stock hits a certain level, like you saw right here, hit this $9, $7, $8 level, and then rejected, fell back down, $7, $8, $8 level, rejected, fell back down. Once it finally breaks out, the move isn't gonna stop right here. This has only been a dollar move. You know that, right? And when you have the small caps and mid caps about to take off as well, I can show you IWM, which I'll do after this. That just gives you even more confluence that SOFI is going to go up. SOFI is going to go up. The only thing you got to make sure you're doing is make sure you're getting a good entry. And to me, this is a good entry for like 5-month out calls because it hasn't reached this measure move yet. The measure move is to $15 from this bull flag that you see right here, this pennant, whatever you want to call it. The measure move is to $15. So that's why I think SOFI goes. If it was me, I already own equity for SOFI. I don't think I'll get into the options contract, but if I wanted to get into options contract for SOFI, I wouldn't be looking at August. I wouldn't be looking at September. I wouldn't be looking at October. I would be looking at February for next year, the $10 calls. All right, that's just what I would do. I think SOFI is going to continue to march upwards. And I actually saw a lot of positive news. They even have student loans coming back. So SOFI is a big contributor in that as well. So they got payments coming back. They're going to get some more revenue. So stuff like that, you got to make sure you're paying attention. That's why you come to WAM anyways. I give you the information, before anybody wants to give you them, before it's on the news, etc. We we just have a community of like-minded individuals that, you know, really do this stuff, like really actually pay attention. So I like SOFI, and I think it's going to continue to go to the upside. It's breaking out of the pennant. There's no reason to short it. Like if I was sitting here telling you to short it, sure, you may get some pennies, you know, sure, it may go down a little bit, but if you have far out contracts, you should not worry, okay? Because the measure moves to 15. I think it's going to get to 15. If you want to be greedy and if you don't want to buy, you know, after it already kind of pumped from its flag, then you would wait for a retracement to $6. Now, will you ever get that? Who knows? Who knows? That is and in a bull market, you don't want to be greedy on your entries. I had to learn that a couple weeks ago, and that's why I keep telling you guys, you don't want to be greedy on your entry inside of a bull market. We've been missing out on like a couple plays because we were trying to get the best entry instead of just forming a position. Normally, the best thing that you could do is just form a position. Start a position. You don't got to put your full, like if you really like SOFI right here, you don't got to put your full bag in it just yet. Put 50% of what you're going to put in. And then if it goes down to, you know, a retracement level, then put your other 50% in. Okay? So just build a position with the long-term vision, because if you buy February, there's no, look, man, I'm not going to say 100%, but look, man, it's a high probability chance you're going to make money and that this is going to go up in a 6-month time span. Okay? Anyways, let's move on. We talked about SOFI enough. SOFI up for show. Just like the analysis part, just tend to fast forward. Hey, man, you know, if you want to get the best analysis, you got to deal with, you know, some of the ranting I do, because at the end of the day, nobody on TikTok, or, you know, I'm not gonna say nobody, but most people on TikTok or, you know, whatever, they don't sit here and they're too scared to give you a prediction. They're too scared to be like, this is gonna go up. Instead, they'd be like, below $6 I get puts, above $7 I get calls, and I do it like that. But no, I'm gonna give you the long-term picture because I think that's gonna help you guys the most. He said, I know. All right, bro. I'm about to boot you, bro. NVDA. Let's look at NVDA, man. Let's look at NVIDIA. Oh, man. First of all, I told you guys to look for that 442 bounce, remember? So if you were on the live stream, you know, when we talked about NVIDIA, and I could pull up the YouTube video. Don't make me, bro. Don't make me pull up the YouTube video. I'm not going to. But for NVIDIA, it retraced back to, you know, 441, and that was really where you wanted to be paying attention to it. But now that you see it right here, I do think, to me, there's absolutely no way I would short something like NVIDIA. There's absolutely no way. But in this position that it's in right now, you know, I don't, there's nothing, you know, it's not my favorite. Now, do I think it's going to go up? You know, possibly above 470 is where I'll be looking for calls. But if it doesn't get above 470, I wouldn't really be paying too much attention to it. But above 470, I think you get to 494. I wouldn't look to short it. I wouldn't look to do anything like that. I'd just be looking to catch a good entry. And right here is an okay entry. The better entry that you could have had was when it retraced on this fib. And that's why you got to, you know, just pay attention and draw fibs sometimes if you're unsure about what is a good entry. Like, did it retrace 50%? Or, you know, learn what a good retracement is. Learn what supply and demand is. Because this was really, you know, the best spot you could have got in at right here. But now that you got it right here, it's kind of at resistance. You know, is it going to make its next leg up? Which it's possible. It's possible. You know, the next leg up would take you to around, you know, 485. But for me to mess with NVIDIA, it'd have to be 470. Or it would have to come down to, you know, a better buying area. And I like it, you know, if it ever came back inside of here. But, you know, I think there's better plays. For stuff like this, like, I would rather look at like a QCOM. Like, I would rather look at something that hasn't gone as crazy as NVIDIA, but you know that will. You know that will. That didn't sound grammatically correct. It didn't. But I think some of you guys got what I meant. I would look at something like QCOM. And, you know, obviously, you know, you've been missing out on QCOM. But it's still very early because this thing hasn't made all-time highs, but it will. But it will. Yeah, MU. Somebody even said MU. And, you know, we've been talking about, like, you missed MU a whole lot. Like, god damn, what we could write on MU. But, yeah, like an MU or what's TSM up to? I would look for more so those. But NVIDIA, I would look for, like, a day trade because NVIDIA moves so crazy and so good to where it's like, yeah. But I like TSM actually looks way, way, way better. If I was looking for a semiconductor, TSM looks way, way better. It swept the support right here, faked out the bears, and now it's ready to continue to go higher. And what you got to realize is that this is the biggest chip manufacturer ever. Okay, and the measure move is back to 122. So you asked for NVIDIA, but I gave you a more fire play, which is TSM, and a more surefire way that you can make money with cheaper contracts as well, to where you can even go like 3 months out. So I like this one a lot, bro. He really love it. He been saying that since a couple months. Have you charted Meta? Meta. You guys want to look at Meta? Boys, check eBay and UAL. All right, let's Roblox. I want to look at Roblox. The reason, look, if somebody said, let's look at eBay real quick, but the reason I'm not looking at some of these is because I already kind of know like what they're doing. But eBay is actually a perfect buy right here, because if you guys remember, now it is consolidation. I don't really like the consolidation, but we've seen that on so many stocks that were inside of this bullish megaphone that went to the top. So to me, this is actually a very good buying opportunity for eBay. And you know this already. Like some of you guys be like, look at this stock. But you already know what I'm about to say. This is a good buying opportunity, man. And I really like it, bro. I like it. There's no way I would short it. Like, come on, man. Who shorts? Who comes in here and shorts something that looks as beautiful as this? Not me. But what was I about to look at? We're about to look at Roblox. We're about to look at Roblox. Somebody said we just like your confirmation. Hey, that's what it is at the end of the day. Like, if you just take your own plays and you're confident in your own plays, and you get into it and you don't blindly follow anyone, then you're gonna end up a lot better than somebody that just blind, like, don't look at the chart, nothing, but as soon as somebody call out something, he hopping in. That's actually the worst thing that you could do. But if we're looking at Roblox, to me, there's much better plays out there. Now, of course, of course, like if you were to buy equity right here, but to me, this isn't. I just don't really like it. I don't really like it, but it is bouncing from this trend line. Like, it is at a good buying area, etc. Like, this is like if you were looking to get Roblox 6 month out contract, I think this is one of the best times that you can do it. But the only thing is that you might have to be patient, which you should be patient anyways if you're getting into these swings. But this one you might have to be extra patient because it's kind of just chopping right here. Now, when is earnings? Earnings is August 9th. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Because what's been happening with earnings? Now, it's not my favorite. Like, this is one that, I'm not entering. Like, I just don't find it appealing. But that doesn't mean it's not going to go up. But what's been happening with a lot of these earnings that, for stocks that are trading below all-time highs and that are trading really low, like you saw with Roku. The stock and Google, you saw with Roku, you saw with Google, but you saw Microsoft pull back a whole lot. Because it's almost, my boy Nick said this, and I agree with him. He said, it's not about so much the earnings and like what's happening with the earnings. It's more so, where's the stock before the earnings happens? Because a lot of these stocks are going to continue to march upwards and go to all-time highs, and the earnings is just going to be a catalyst or a springboard for that to happen quicker. Does that make sense? So, I mean, you saw it with Roku. First of all, come on, man. For whoever asked about Roku last week, and I gave you this amazing analysis for Roku, you need to pay me, bro. You need to pay me, man. All right. Anyways, Disney's trash. I'm not gonna look at Disney. That's a stock that I would just own equity. But we are gonna look at Tesla because I think a lot of people are gonna make a lot of money from what's about to happen with Tesla. Yes. I think a lot of people are gonna make a lot of money with what's about to happen with Tesla. I also want to tell you guys before we look at Tesla, because I know so many people want to look at Tesla, and we've been calling Tesla for some time now. And you can go back in the past YouTube videos. Follow the Twitter, man. We're almost at 2,000. If you guys give me the 2,000, if we can get WOM, not just me, but WOM, like as a collective, to 2,000, man, it would be greatly appreciated. We just need 4. The link is in the bio. But yeah, we're gonna look at Tesla next. We're gonna look at Tesla. We're not gonna skip it, but make sure we're following the Twitter. or X. Make sure you're following X, man. I like saying Twitter more. I like saying Twitter more. The link is in the bio. Link is in the bio. Now you need 5. What? Somebody go follow me. Man, you're trolling, bro. You're trolling. Nobody gonna follow me. That'd be funny though. I'm not gonna lie. Cause me, I don't really get offended. You know, if you wanna unfollow me, who cares? Who cares? But you know, there we go. Let's go. 2,000. You guys got me a 2,000, man. Should I give a speech? I'm not gonna give a speech. I'm not gonna give a speech, but you know, appreciate it. I love you guys for that, for real. Cause we got the 2,000. Believe it or not, we didn't even have like a Twitter account. This started at like 200 followers. I think like last year in like August. So to get to 2,000 to 10x in like a year, man, much appreciated. Let's move on though. So Tesla, a lot of you guys want to look at Tesla. We'll look at Tesla. We'll look at Tesla. We will look at Tesla. So if you look at Tesla, first of all, you guys already know what I'm going to say. You guys already know what I'm going to say. You've seen this pattern so many times on the WOM live stream. You've seen this so many times. You have. You really have, believe it or not. Look at what happened with NVDA. Look what happened with NVIDIA. NVIDIA was in the same thing. You had that huge gap up and then, you know, the same bullish megaphone. I can show you so many stocks that have done the exact same thing. Okay? So when I'm telling you Tesla will go to all-time highs, I'm not sitting here lying to you. I'm really not. I'm telling you the absolute truth. The only way you can mess this up, literally the only way you can mess up Tesla is if you decide to get some a week out calls and swing them. Now you might get lucky, you know, you might get lucky. But the lowest risk and the highest possible rewards you can get, I think is if you look at September calls or, you know, December calls. Because this isn't a pattern that we've seen so many times to where, man, we know it's going to retest 300. We know we're going to get a retest of the top of the trend. We know this is a bullish megaphone. So Tesla is actually a stock that I don't really watch Tesla that much. But now that it's in something like this, you have to make sure you're paying attention to it because this is one of the better patterns or better price action, whatever you want to call it, that we've seen on Tesla since down here. Since it swept the support right here, and Juan was sitting here telling you to buy calls over here. Okay, this is the second best because right here it didn't really give you nothing. Like it was just rallying, you know, made some flags and just kept rallying. But now you've got some consolidation inside of an area for almost 2 months. Almost 2 months. This is consolidation. This isn't Tesla going crazy. This is accumulation. So to me, Tesla looks like it's getting ready for its next leg up to 300, and you do not want to miss this. I promise you. I'm going to be paying attention to this one all week. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you're in the Discord because we will be live trading this, and you know we might even get a swing for Tesla. You know, who knows? But Tesla looks very good. Don't ignore it right here. We've seen this play out so many goddamn times, man. So many times. I'm gonna just go over a few. Let's just go over a few. We saw it with UAL. You know, UAL was in the same type of pattern. You know, we saw it with Shopify. You know, Shopify was in the same thing way back here. Way back here when I was preaching it to you guys. Remember, same type of ordeal. You know, Nvidia's was in the same thing. You know, before it took off. Think of Tesla like right here. Okay, that's the best I can say where Tesla is, and then we'll move on. Okay, but think about Tesla right here. This is where Tesla is, and this is what Tesla has not done yet. But it will do. Like I could just sit here and go over all the fundamentals and, you know, the actual news about what's happening with Tesla, but I don't want to bore you guys. Just know that the TA looks fire, and the possible news and the licensing contracts that they can get from leasing out their technology, self-driving technology that they have. Like, really think about this stuff. Really think. Like, they're literally front running EV. And why do you think gas is so high right now anyways? Gas is high right now, but inflation is down. Man, they're trying to get everybody to switch to EVs. I don't know if you guys remember back in the 2020 bull market when we had all those EVs go crazy. That was because California said they will be producing no more gas power vehicles in like 2035. And China said the same thing, but for 2030. So Tesla is literally the front runner of everything. Okay, they front ran it somehow. How do you front run a whole industry? They got GM asking. Tesla literally has GM asking. Tesla has GM asking, can we use your charging stations, bro? Can we hold a charger? Can we use your charging station, bro? Please. Please, can we use your charging stations, man? Please. That's why you see XBEV going so crazy. We actually caught this inside the Discord. Shout out to Big O. But anyways, let's move on. Meta. Let's look at Meta. Oh my, Meta had a dump and then it just dipped. So if I was looking at Meta right now, I wouldn't. It already, like, yeah, I think it's gonna continue to go up, and the weekly looks really good, and it's about to go to all-time highs. I just don't think there's that much there for me. So I'm gonna skip over this one. And sometimes what you gotta realize that sometimes there's just no good stocks. Somebody said Meta I would short. Hey man, I don't know. Let's go to Zoom. Let's check out Zoom because we haven't looked at Zoom in so long, and Zoom is one that is ready to go. Zoom is one that is ready to go. And how do I know that? It's because you have this weekly closing time and time again. First of all, you had that weekly big old candle, and then you had 2 weekly closes over the resistance that it had for 3 months. So you're getting a trend shift for Zoom. Pay attention to what's happening with Zoom right now because this is one that could possibly run hard, especially when you have ARK going so crazy. But this is one that I'll look for a swing trade on. It gave that perfect retracement right here, and to me, this looks like it's ready to continue to the upside. So there's no reason to short it. I just don't think there's that much price action for me to really go over it. I just think this is a good swing. Just kind of like how TDOC was. You guys remember me talking about TDOC, right? And hopefully some of you guys caught it. First of all, this is not done by any means. This is actually the highest volume that it's had since the big old dump that it had way back here when it literally went from 58, to 28, which is absolutely crazy. That was a whole year ago. But the volume is there. People are now paying attention to TDOC. WOM gave it to you guys before anybody. It's funny how this works. But yeah, TDOC went crazy, and I think it's still ready to go crazy. If you're in the Octobers, I think we got into the Octobers. I think it's still a great hold. Like first of all, it was up like 100, 200% on that big old spike, but I think it's still ready to go crazy. I think the measure move is to $40 if you're patient enough. Now, if you're not patient and you got bills to pay and you got stuff to do, then I would, why are you trading first? No, I'm just like, all right, let's move on. I don't want to look at Neo. Because it's it's going crazy. It's going crazy. It's breaking. Like it's gonna continue. This just isn't a good buying. Like wait for a pullback. But you know what's even better than Neo? Fisker. And a lot of you guys like Fisker. What the heck is a Fisker? The heck? And this is why I love hosting these live streams, because some of you guys, I put stocks on you guys' radar that you wouldn't even know about. Like, how do I know all these stocks? Some of you guys like, how does this dude know all these stocks? I've been trading for some time now. And in the previous bull run, Fisker was going crazy. It was going stupid. So Fisker to me looks like one that is more undervalued and that hasn't gone crazy, but is sitting in this perfect buying area. So Fisker looks a lot better. Fisker, the 2020 stock. Yo, I was just looking at Fisker. That's a sign, bro. Fisker contracts are cheap. Look, if you're a small account, you want to be paying attention to Fisker because the contracts are very, 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 very cheap. $2 billion market cap. This thing could put on $2 billion in one day and be sitting at $12. And I'm telling you right now, these big companies like Microsoft and Apple, they literally put on 150 billion. They put on 120 billion in 30 minutes. When in a bull market, money rotates, especially these smaller mid caps. You want to make sure you're paying attention. Fisker finna go ham. Also seen some large block orders come in crazy last week. Oh yeah, this This is the perfect buying area. Like, if you were excited about Fisker up here and you're not excited right here, you're doing it all wrong. This is where you get really, really excited about Fisker because you're getting an amazing entry to where even if it does sweep right here, like let's say it just goes down, it sweeps the $5 and it goes right here. Okay, you still got a really good buying entry and you're buying 5 months out. So really you have no reason to worry because in a bull market, in the EV market, man, come on, bro. Let's move on though. TWLO, somebody said TWLO, and I'm glad you said TWLO because they had a contract with Amazon. They had a contract with Amazon, and Amazon actually owns a stake in TWLO. I'm giving you guys information that you didn't even know about before we look at TWLO because I think TWLO looks like something that we've seen before. That's why I love looking at these charts because we look at them so much to where it's like, oh, we've seen something that looks like this and that could play out like this. Follow the Twitter. Follow the Twitter because what I'm about to show you is actually crazy. What I'm about to show you is actually crazy. Somebody said SPCE space. Hold on to that, bro. Look, man, in a bull market, there's so many great opportunities, man. There's so many great opportunities. You do not want to mess it up by trying. It looks like I'm smoking, but it's an instant. It's an instant. You do not want to miss out on all these opportunities because there's so much money to be made right now. Do not think you missed it for 1 second. There's still so much money sitting on the sidelines. So much. Just make sure we're following the Twitter. We broke 2,000, man. We broke 2,000, but let's get to 2010. Matter of fact, 2023. 2023. Somebody said, Fisker is a joke. Don't touch it. They made 50 cars. He doesn't get it yet. He doesn't get it yet. But that's actually a good point. I'm not going to lie. Like, sure, if you're looking at the fundamentals aren't going to match up with what's happening in a bull market. If you were looking at the fundamentals all year, you missed out on a whole lot. Especially if you was looking at the NVDA fundamentals, 200 PE or whatever. You know, there's so many people that are missing out and are going to miss out trying to look at the fundamentals inside of a bull market. Because they don't even know, bro. They don't even know what's happening behind the scenes. Anyways, if you look at TWLO right here, let me show you guys what this looks like. Airbnb. And some of you guys remember me talking about Airbnb, right? Some of you guys remember I was like, yeah, the price target's 160. It'll get there. It'll get there. The price target's 160. It'll get there. So somebody asked about Airbnb a while ago. I think it was, in May or June at the beginning. And I said the measure moves to 160. So if you get 5 month out contracts and you hold on to Airbnb, it's going to get to 160. And hopefully that person listened because look at what it did. So if you look at Airbnb, this is where TWLO kind of is. It looks exactly the same. It swept the support a little bit right here. Kind of like TWLO. Kind of like TWLO. Right? Right? So if you're asking me about TWLO, I think this is a very, very good opportunity that you could be looking at. And the measure move is to around $90. And to be honest, I think that's little. I think that's actually very little. Why do I say that's very little? Is because this is sitting at $11 billion market cap. It's sitting at $11 billion market cap like you see right there. And this is trading below COVID levels. Bro, this is trading at $64. But when the pandemic happened, it bottomed out at 68. And then it just boosted up and went absolute first of all, just look at what it did after COVID dropped. It went from 68 all the way to 187. in 2 months. In 2 months. Do not sleep on TWLO, please. Please. And the way you're able to catch these entire moves, some of you guys know. The way you're able to catch these entire moves without really worrying and, you just got to make sure you're patient. That's the only thing you got to do. You just got to make sure you're patient and don't get scared and don't listen to people that are trying to be pessimistic. And look, man. All right. If this thing just gets to 22 billion, which is double its market cap, which is nothing, it's sitting at 128. And I just gave you a measure move of $93 outside this bull flag. This thing's ready to go. It's ready to go. Now, remember what I told you guys. Of course, you can be greedy. You can be greedy and wait for it to get to $55. That's a very greedy entry. Like, that's the equivalent of shorting the market back in December or shorting the market back in October. You were just greedy. You were just greedy. Like, that was just pure greed going on the bear side. And you could catch it at 55, but usually what happens, you don't get that. So what I always make sure I tell you guys, make sure you just start a position. Like, don't throw in your full bag, but start a position, because I'm telling you, this is going to go up. It's going to go up, and if it doesn't, well, I'm not gonna refund you. But hey, you know, I'm wrong sometimes. I'm wrong sometimes. I'm not coming in here saying I'm 100%. But if you've been looking at a lot of the stuff we've been looking at, you know, it's sitting up there, bro. It's like 85, 90, like it's going crazy. It's going crazy. But anyways, yeah, I'm not gonna refund nobody. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a random dude on here. I really am. And you guys just so happen to, you know, like what I'm talking about. I'm a former TWLO employee. I own 9,000 shares. Oh, hey, you about to get paid. We got some people in here today, man. 270 people. I could do some reviews on stocks too. All right, bro. He said, I'm going to do some reviews on stocks too. Man, come on, man. We ate off Airbnb. Wow. My boy BX in here. Fundamental meant nothing in 2020 and won't mean nothing now. Bulls in charge. I love it. He gets it. He gets it. He gets it. He said, from what I've seen, do the opposite of what the comments say and just listen to voice. Hey, man. You said it, not me. Oppenheimer's grandson works for TWLO. True story. All right, I'm done looking at comments. Y'all in here roasting me, man. He said my name is Clarence. Bro said my name is Clarence. Interesting. Why do I have a red light on my TikTok? Let me see something. PayPal, dude. Lucid and Kroger. Snow. Hey, if you guys want to look at stocks, look, I can't look at every single stock. I really can't. But if you want me to look at a stock, if you want me to look at any stock, you got to be inside the Discord. We look at stuff all the time. He said, what happened to the live? I had a snooze and alarm. But if you want me to look at the stocks that you want to look at, you like join the Discord. I'm in there 24/7. We're able to do that. But right now, you know, it's impossible for me to look at every single stock that is commented in here. It's actually impossible. But we're gonna look at PayPal. So a lot of people ask about PayPal, and I don't really like it up here, man. I think you're at this trend line reject. The time to be looking at PayPal is when we were talking about it way down here. So to me, I do think PayPal is going to continue to the upside, and it does look like it's ready to break out. I would just wait for some sort of pullback, and I think there's better opportunities. I think that's the reason I'm saying that, because I know there's better opportunities than what's happening right here. So you like PayPal? Why aren't you looking at Affirm? So if you like PayPal, why aren't you looking at Affirm? Look at Affirm. Affirm is much better in my opinion, and it's a very small cap. It's $5 billion, and if you guys remember anything about Affirm, this thing was a runner. It was running, going stupid. And to me, I think you can get a higher reward on something like Affirm, mainly because we have a target of $30 from the measure move right here, and because it hasn't broken out of the year-long consolidation that it's had. It hasn't broken out of that. So I like Affirm much better than PayPal. I have shares in Affirm. Oh, you're doing it the right way. Anyways, let's move on. Microsoft ready to move to the upside. Let's see. Let's look at Microsoft. Yeah, I agree. That isn't my favorite, no. But I do like how it closed on the 8 hour. Like when you get something like this, to where it didn't even make it halfway into that big old candle. Inside, like it looks very good. So you can even have a stop loss below like 335, because if it gets below 335, it's most likely gonna finish, you know, closing right here. So I like it. Good risk to reward. Sitting in this nice little flag on the hourly, which makes sense. I like it. Now, me personally, I would actually wait for this 335 bounce. What I like to do a lot more, and I think will help you guys a lot more, is you buy supports. Don't buy so much the consolidation or the breakouts, or, you know, you can scalp those things. I like buying the supports. And if it ever comes back down to 335, you get that beautiful inverse head and shoulders to where it's like, yeah, I like the inverse head and shoulders more than I like this flag that you see right here. I think you get a break, fake out some bears, and it takes it higher. But I think you're right because I think Microsoft's gonna go up mainly because it doesn't really make these lower lows. Like you haven't seen a lower low. To me, it's just good risk to reward. And sometimes trades like that are just good. So I like it. The only thing I don't like about Microsoft is the low volume candle that it had on Friday. You see these big old red candles on the last 2 days, and then this little green candle. It kind of is showing weakness, or I'm not gonna. It's kind of because sometimes there's people that are late to the party. You guys know this. There was a lot of bears and there was low volume on these green days. But then all of a sudden, once people realized we were in a bull market, these big green candles started popping up. So you could either be early or you could be faked out. So you got to make sure you're paying attention to that. I do like the 335 though. 335 bounce is where I'd be looking for it. I wouldn't be looking for it up here. 335 bounce. I'm telling you, TOST, so close to profitability, 1.5 years after IPO, got 85K restaurants on board. And this is why I absolutely love hosting these live streams, because we have actually intelligent people that want to contribute to what we're doing instead of coming in here trying to troll. And you know what I'm saying? So the people that come in here and actually contribute and give their insight, like somebody said they worked at TWLO, 9,000 shit. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that actually helps the 250 people that are in here. You understand? So let's look at TOST, man. You said you like TOST. Let's look at TOST. I like TOST. I like TOST. I would just wait for it to sweep right here. I'd wait for it to do something like this and then bring it back up, because that's usually what we've seen happening on a lot of these stocks. But don't get it confused. This is a bargain to me based off what you said, and because this is one that hasn't gone as crazy as some of these other stocks, okay? Like we sit here, draw the trend line. Like, yeah, I like it, man. I do like it. This is a good buying spot. One that I like even more than this and that it kind of reminded me of, though, is Path. And you know what's funny is that they're kind of sitting around the same market cap. They're the same orange color. They got the same orange logo. We might be onto something now. It's like, so I can come here and think I'm crazy. Think we doing astrology TA in here. But yeah, I like Path more than I like TOST, just because I know Kathy Woods is in Path, and it has a lot clearer structure, like you see right here. So if you look at Path, this thing has been doing our exact same. Remember, like it's doing the bullish megaphone on a smaller time frame, and this one hasn't even finished. To me, this is gonna get to around $22, and it's just a good swing. It's just a good swing. If you're in the Discord, you already know. And you know what's even funnier is that when you see these two weekly candles, I wish I knew the example, because every single time I see these two weekly candles to where it's like this little bearish pin bar and then it has this bullish pin bar, it almost like it's almost certain to do a big old green candle. And I actually am gonna, like, I've seen it. Like, some of you guys think I'm crazy, man. I think some of you guys come in here and be like, bro, what the hell? What? But I'm telling you, and the reason I document this stuff is because I think this is gonna happen, man. I think you get this big green candle, and not only that, we can zoom into smaller time frames, obviously, and we have just amazing trend line bouncing, So there's other stuff happening to it. I'm not just some crazy guy that said I've seen these candles, but to me it looks like it's gonna retest the top, which is around $20, and to me it's gonna squeeze. I like Path a lot more than I do TOST, just because it's a bit clearer. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. In the next live show, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back on the next live show, and it's gonna do that. I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it right there. And one of you guys call me out if I'm not right. Path January calls. What is that? GG? I think that's GG. Go in the long term. Go in the long term swings. Go in the long term swings. I think it's November. SPCE. I'm not gonna look at SPCE. Just know that it looks really good. All right. Be patient. Patient with TOST or be toasted. I agree. You gotta be patient with all these small and mid cap stocks. Before we head out of here, let's see how long I've been live. I've been live for 44 minutes, and I got a wife, and I got stuff to do. But I want to look at a few things before we head out of here. I think we looked at enough stocks to where it's like, all right, we kind of get the gist of what's happening in the market. Be patient. Make sure you're buying long-term swings. If you're trying to not, if you don't have that much experience day trading, just make sure you're buying, you know, extra time on some of this stuff so you're not getting so cooked up. Because some of you guys just aren't disciplined. But if you look at IWM, the reason I'm looking at IWM is because I want to look at these small caps and mid caps, and why I think you need to be paying attention is because remember we were talking about the Dow Jones, and it was sitting in something similar, like it was rejecting all year. You know, this dates back a whole year. This is August 2022. This is February 2023, and now you have July 2023 coming into August. This thing's been consolidating for a whole year. So what IWM is, this is small and mid cap. So for a lot of these small and mid cap stocks, they have not ran to the same capacity that you see the Qs have, or the S&P 500, or even the Dow Jones like you saw last week. So IWM and these smaller mid caps is what you need to be paying attention to if you want these lower risk, high reward plays. Okay? Now you got to be. Now, could it pull back right here and give you something like this and then shoot up? Absolutely, absolutely. But it will shoot up and go to all-time highs. So it's more so about not trying to time it, but just starting a position that is 6 months out. You know, just free bread, free bread. All right. And then we got to look at China. Somebody said I got the 2024 long calls on IWM. This man going to make some easy bread. He's going to make money. He's going to make money. When people say everybody is a genius in a bull market, they're not lying. Like, there's a reason that saying exists. Because the only way you're going to lose money is if you don't know what you're doing. If you're trying to time it, or you're getting these weeklies, or you're trying to get these suicide contracts, as my boy Gucci would say. Suicide contracts, which are just, you know, weekly contracts, 0-day expiration, which are fine. Like, day trading is fine if you know what you're doing. You know, if you're disciplined enough, and you're not trying to hold this stuff 50-60% down, and it's about to expire tomorrow, then yeah. But Dow Jones, and then let's move on to China. China, we got to look at China. Nobody has said any China stocks except NEO. Nobody said any China stocks except NEO. You guys realize that, right? Somebody said hi, Cam. Wait a minute. JD, Visa, Visa looks really good. What the heck? ICT, PDD, JD since 31. Okay, you guys, yeah, if you watch WOM, you know, I'm guessing you kind of already, or, you know, you look at charts, you kind of already know. But if you look at the Hang Seng, what do you see? What do you see happening? A lot of people thought this was going to be like this. You see the red line? A lot of people thought this is about the, oh yeah, it's going to dump right here and go to new lows for the year. Go to new lows for, like, bro, come on, man. It's too many people. What you got to realize about right now is that there's too many people that know we're in a bull market and are waiting for a perfect buying opportunity. And that's why I said you can't be too greedy right now, because these pullbacks aren't going to be these big pullbacks that you were seeing in a bear market, or that you even saw at the beginning of the year. Because there's too many people that know now, and there's too many people that are trying to deploy a lot of money because they know we're getting to SPY 500. They know we're probably going to get to 600. Okay? So for the Hang Seng, you see a huge breakout that's about to take you to 28K. And this is the Hang Seng Index. This is the equivalent of the NASDAQ. Okay? This is the equivalent of the NASDAQ, but for China. Okay? So now that you know the index of China is going to take off, let's look at some individual stocks that you might be overlooking. And one that we already made 100% on inside the Discord is BILI. It's BILI. And a lot of you guys are like, what the heck is BILI? This is the YouTube of China. And if you guys remember back in 2020, some of you guys remember, some of you guys don't, this was trading at above 152. This is trading at above 152. And now what you have is an amazing bull flag with consolidation for a year. The price target right here goes to $50. And if this is sitting at $18 right now, Not many people know that this runs like that. What do you think the contracts are sitting at? They're massively undervalued. Massively. This thing went up 15% in one day. And guess what? If you're in the Discord, you caught it. You caught it. Why? Because we're just gonna start positions and go like that. Some of you, like this was July 24th. Started position in BILI. October 20s, $25. These are going for $53 per. Now some of you guys know how actually crazy this entry is, because if you actually know BILI, if you actually know what China can do, this is gonna go stupid. It's a deal. Somebody say good deal. Yeah, this is a deal. Okay? So what you saw is this is gonna get to $50, and July 24th we got in like Monday. We got in Monday. We got in Monday, like July 24th. Man, we got in Monday. Like, bro, this thing's gonna cook up. Hold. But a lot of you guys, I just put that on you guys' radar. You guys didn't know what BILI was. We'll even go a step further and look at the website. Like, what is BILI? This is BILI right here. Just so you guys know that it's actually a product. You know, it's actually got stuff going for it. Like, it's not just some random site that I told you about. But yeah, this is BILI. Like, let's just click on something. Oh, sorry. According to the request of the content copyright owner, this film is not available in your area. God dang, China, come on, man. You can't watch it in the US? Oh man. Well, well, I guess we can't watch nothing. But now you guys know it's real. Like, this is a real thing, you know, live trending, you know. It's like the YouTube of China. But anyways, let's move on. YouTube of China. America's not loud on it. I should have known. I was sitting here calling it the YouTube of China. I should have known it wasn't the YouTube of America. They're not going to let you play nothing. Easy money with that call. Oh, yeah. Visa. Let's look at Visa, and then we'll get up out of here. I think we covered the broader market. For Visa, what you got to realize is that this is the buying opportunity right here. This is where you want to buy these pullbacks. To me, this is like, I think my boy Nick's entered into a day trade for it, or a swing trade for it. So I like Visa a whole lot. I don't see it going further down just because it's been making these higher lows all year. Like, it's been making these higher lows all year, so I wouldn't be bearish. There's no way. I think this is going to make it to all-time highs, and you got that earnings dump. So now what you got to do is make sure you're buying that dip, because Visa is going to go up. Let's look at XLE. And then let's look at energy. We didn't look at the energy sector, so that'll be the last thing we look at. Let me look at what Twitch is doing. I haven't looked at Twitch. VPNing, bro. Oh, BEKE. Yes, BEKE looks absolutely amazing too. We'll look at XLE. But BEKE, and some of you guys remember me calling this a while ago, and I was telling you get like the October. Make sure you get far out, because it's gonna break out. You just don't know when. So the best thing that you can do is make sure you're buying a lot of time, to where it's like there's no way this doesn't break out in this amount of time. Now that you know China's hot, but BEKE, the price target's at $30. That one's easy as well. But XLE, a lot of people aren't looking at the energy sector. But what did I just tell you guys about Tesla? The world is transitioning, man. It's transitioning, man. So you got to make sure you're paying attention to the energy sector, and this is just the fund. The ETF is, you know, and obviously this is gonna break out. And the reason why I don't like oil as much, and people are like, why are you bearish on oil? It's because of what I've been explaining to you guys. Oil it's not done, but it's done. You know, it's not done, but it's done. Like, it's not gonna make new highs for the year. It's not gonna do that. It's just not. The whole oil run was based off the 2020 dump. That was, you know, it was just a huge dump, and then it really got kicked off with a bunch of news. That was what ran CVX and what made it go to all-time highs. Right now, you don't have any news, and you guys can call me on this. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, then what? You know, it's a lose-lose for me. You know, I'm just saying my opinion and going from there. I don't have a position in it or anything, but if you're trying to long oil, I just don't think it's a great idea, at least until it can make a new high of make a higher high. So right now you just have a bunch of lower lows that it's been making. There's only a certain amount of time for this actually slips below the support that you have right here at 150 and breaks down all the way to 120. Okay? Anyways. Run. Somebody said run. After this we'll be done. Somebody said run. After this we're gonna be done. Oh my, hold on, man. I should have been a rapper. Should have been a rapper. If you look at run, there's not much I need to say. If I just showed you XLE and I'm showing you run, and some of you guys remember run back in 2020 where this actually went from $8 at the bottom of COVID all the way up to 84 in the span of 7 months. So from the bottom, if you want to learn what option contract to pick, from the bottom, let's just do a little science experiment, because we did the same thing on PDD. Some of you guys remember some of you guys are still making money from PDD when we called it at $60 right here, and I told you to get the September 100s. Some of you guys are still just making bank and just holding it. Somebody messaged me the other day talking about you called this back on the live stream back in May when it was $60, and you said get the Septembers and the 100s, and I'm just sitting in them, man. And it's at $89, and you best believe this thing's gonna reach the top. Okay, but if you look at run, the reason I was about to, some of you guys remember, some of you guys don't. I did like the time period thing, and we figured out what contracts you should get, because a lot of people had that same question. So if you look at run, and this will be the last one we look at. Where is my tool? Oh, where is my tool? Where's my tool? Oh, there it goes. Price range. Oh no, let's do date range. Date range. Okay, so you take it from the bottom to the top. We need to reach the top right here. 280 days. Went from the bottom to the top. So I took it 287. Let's just call it 287. From here, where it reached the bottom. Let's see, man. Let's go one of two ways, bro. Let's go one of two ways. Let's go one of two ways. And it just so happened to go my way. It just so happened you got 301 days. So on average, from the bottom to the top, let's just say on average it's around, 295 days, because this one was 287, this one was 301, So we're at the bottom of the trend line again in this huge bullish megaphone in a bull market with energy about to go crazy, because that's where we're transitioning to, right? Right? Small cap, 3 billion. Take from the bottom, and we'll just do 294 days. That should take you around over here, and that puts you at March 2024. And you know what the price target would be? Y'all don't want to hear me say the price target. Don't make me say the price target. Please don't make me say the price target, because some of you guys are gonna come here and think I'm crazy. But I'm gonna be live in March 2024. Look, man, and we're already in run. Like, we already have a position, but the price target on this could get absolutely crazy. It could get to 500, okay? He ran away. Now the feds got me, man. They didn't want me to give you the price target. They didn't want me to get a price target. They didn't want me to give y'all the price target, but the price target is to 500. 300 plus, yeah, 300 plus if you want to be on the safe side. Some of y'all already know, like 300 plus. Some of you guys seen this stuff cook up so many times. Some of you guys just know. You guys actually know what's going on, not trying to act like you know what's going on with the fundamentals and all this riffraff BS. And you guys actually know what happens in a bull market, and know, like, you actually go outside. I think the people that come in here talking about fundamentals and I'm wrong and the economy, I don't think they go outside. Because if you went outside, you would know that the economy, the jobs, everything is red hot. Hot. To where if you woke up on a Saturday, if you went outside on a Friday or a Saturday, you're most likely going to need a reservation to get inside of a place. You're most likely. Why? Because a lot of people have a lot of money to spend. The job economy is doing great. There's a whole lot of new jobs being created. Like, it's just a great And as we see the futures, like futures is up 3.8%. So we were live long enough to see how the futures opened, and it looks like it gapped open. It looks like it gapped open. Our brain's gonna explode. It is hot outside. It is hot outside. I cannot lie. It is burning. The drop coming September. No, it's not, bro. No, it's not. No, it is not. No, it's not. You might get a little pullback, but you're not gonna see. Wait, it's not hot where you live? Let me see what they're talking about on the Twitch. Alright, PDD cup and handle breakout on the 4 hour was fire. It definitely was. You believe these China stocks are breaking out? Yes. 400 is wild. 400 is a wild price target. But for some, the reason why it could get to 400 is because this is only a $3 billion market cap. You got to make sure you're paying attention to market. Like, if you think a price target is crazy or insane, just look at what the market cap is. Because if the market cap is 4 billion, if it just 10x's, like let's say it gets to 40 billion, this thing's sitting at $180 already. And that, if you don't know already, like that is very slight, okay? 40 billion. Come on, man, that's very slight. Considering you have CVX and Chevron sitting at 300 billion. And don't get me wrong, you know, it's CVX, etc. But energy is gonna be, you know, on the CVX and, you know, Exxon, you know, Oxy level. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be at those levels. But I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, man. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I hope I was able to give you some good information. There's a lot of free bread that's gonna come our ways. Okay, don't mess this up. Please don't mess this up, man. Please, because once this is over, you're gonna enter into a period that is gonna be a recession. Like it is gonna fall down. You know, it is gonna do all that stuff. Is gonna correct. So if you aren't coming correct right now, you're gonna be left behind, and then you gotta focus on, okay, then you can't even really long term, like you can dollar cost average, you know, there's always good stuff. I'm gonna be live, you know, we're gonna be walking through, we're gonna figure out the best information as we always do. And I'm telling you guys right now, like this is bigger. This is the new CNN tells you the wrong news. CNN, Fox News, some of you guys hop on those and they tell you the absolute wrong news because they want to front run you guys. But I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna give you guys the right news time and time again and make sure we're all on the same page because there's a new uprising, man. There's new media. There's new stuff that is coming to the population so we don't get manipulated like we did, okay? Mainstream media is the worst. Exactly. But luckily, that stuff is shifting as we get AI and, you know, people want to build actually media companies, etc. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later, man. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. We had an excellent live, man. Excellent. We found some great stuff. But anyways, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. Peace. Twitch. Enjoy you as well. Thank you guys for tuning into the Twitch. Peace.